what you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Late one night, my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. The monster mash. It was a great
Happy Halloween, all you Fantasy Formula fanatics. Welcome to the Fantasy Formula, the fastest growing podcast in Western North Carolina. So glad to be here, Ad Rock. How you feeling on this Halloween day?
I'll tell you what, I'm a little sad, Chad.
What's wrong, buddy? What's bothering you?
You're back.
I can hear the people applauding right now all over the country. Chad is back. Thank God Chad is back. Well, Addison, I'm glad to be back. And in case many of our listeners didn't know, I went through an excruciating, painful surgery last week that just had me on death's door, Addison. I really didn't think I was going to make it through, but I'm a warrior.
It's
a fighter.
Dude, it's karma. We talked about this on the pod. It's karma.
Fighter. I made it through, and I'm back here to put together the podcast. Put the podcast together like it should be, not like last week's episode, which, Addison, I know you try to carry the show. Brother, that's why I get paid the big bucks and sit in the big boy chair, because without me, there is no fantasy formula. But anyway, let's introduce our starting lineup real quick. Ad Rock, what'd you say?
Let's do it, man.
Sitting over here in the booth, I'd like to introduce Chris Magic Hands Fry. Happy Halloween to you, buddy. Ad Rock, Chris is dressed up like the Joker. Very scary over there, isn't he? Very nice. Very nice. Next up, Double J. You're not here today, but good looking out. We miss you today. Double J Johnson, Dynamite. Next up, to my right, the man who tries to put it all together. He's dressed up like Shoney's big boy for Halloween today. He's my man, Addison Houday Fox.
What's up, people? What's up, people?
And last but not least, he's back, and he's ready to shine. He's Chad, the Hitman East. All right, here we go, Ad Rock. So before we jump into it, you and I played each other last week. I was hopped up on a bunch of pills last week trying to get my knee better, so I really don't know exactly
it's
what
all
happened.
front, people. He's a pillhead.
What happened during our contest against each other. Can you inform the audience of what happened? What went down?
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was a sad day in G-Man All-Starville. Eli Manning failed to produce, I think, his season low 7 points. Of course, you know, it makes me feel a little better when Chad was going in after we switched our lineups, was a 60-some point favorite, and was going to put up 100.
Yes, that was 67-point favorite.
Yes, and he was predicted to put up a grand total of 165 points and managed a lowly 98.5.
But who won that?
That's right. That's true. You did win.
Yes.
The sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. It's true. You did win. Sorry. It was horrible.
There's that little bell. I know you missed it, Addison. This one's for you. Thank you for updating us. That means now the return of the Chad Eye is 5-3, sitting tied for first in our division. And Addison, I think you're 5-3 as well.
Yes, but I'm in a much stronger division. And I am also 5-3, so the playoffs are eking closer.
We're getting very close, very close. So with that being said, brother, let's jump right into the Fantasy 45, the fastest 45 seconds in fantasy football. We're going to start out on the West Coast, where the Kansas City Chiefs, who are reeling.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, will
That's really
match up against the San Diego Chargers, who are maybe reeling even more. I think they've lost 4 in a row, Ad Rock.
This is the toilet boy game. Toilet
bowl?
Toilet bowl.
Yes.
It's the John Bowl. It's the John Bowl game of the week.
Let's check out what these teams did last week. The Chiefs last week lose to the Raiders 26-16. Matt Castle, 20 for 30, 218. And Dwayne Bowe through the air, 3 for 65.
Matt Castle's back because
Playboy
himself
out with a concussion.
He got concussed.
Yeah, the dude got concussed, so he's out of the lineup. So Matt Castle will be taking over the starting role as well. Again, and the Chargers last week, they were going to be playing the host to the Chiefs. Chargers, Phillip Rivers, listen to these numbers. 18 for 34, $154, and no touchdowns. The luster has really fallen off Phillip this year. Addison.
Luster.
I mean, he's got nothing.
Dude, there's nothing. I mean, if he pulls on his face mask anymore when he got his helmet on, I mean, you see him on the sideline adjusting his helmet, and it's almost like he wants to rip his own head off. He's pulling on it. I mean, the camera hones in on him, and it's kind of depressing, man. I mean, he realized that he went probably to the worst school in the ACC, and now he's playing for one of the worst teams in the NFL. I mean, I would put the man on suicide watch.
All right, buddy. Ryan Matthews on the
Welcome
ground.
back, Chad.
Your favorite guy, Ryan Matthews, on the ground, 24 for 95. I'm telling you,
fumble.
Right, he did have a big fumble, but I think Ryan Matthews is the real deal.
He's not.
Yes,
he's not. We're not going to say that on the show. He's not the real deal.
Dude, check this out. I'm looking at my receiving numbers for the Chargers. It says Brown 7 for 85. That's not Vincent Brown, is it? He can't be back.
No, actually, I think it was
that's
Ronnie Brown.
That's Ronnie Brown out of the back. Man, leading receiver coming out of the backfield, that's
good.
Trouble. That's trouble. Right now, Addison Vegas got that number set at San Diego minus 77.5, over under 42.5. What you thinking there?
I'm staying away from this game. I don't. One, it's going to be hard to tell who's going to. It's basically who's going to screw up worse to win the game. And right now, I don't think there are any playoffs. I really don't care. I mean, there's some good fantasy points in here, but it's a hodgepodge.
Totally concur. Both offenses in reverse right now. I think the safest bet on the board is under the total 42.5. I don't see much out of either of these offenses. San Diego with the line of 7.5. I can't trust them to beat anybody by a touchdown. I'm going to lean Kansas City plus the 7.5 and under 42.5. Next up, brother, we going down to your neck of the woods, the Cincinnati Hoot Day. Bengals playing host to the on-fire Denver Broncos. Right now, these Denver Broncos, dude, I think they might have the MVP of the league in Peyton Manning. The guy is playing on a level that I didn't think he'd be able to get back to.
No, I honestly didn't either. I mean, he has shown his true colors, and he has come back with a vengeance. And right now, he's hitting every target at will.
Absolutely. Right now, in the MVP race, if we could talk about one right now, I'd go Matt Ryan probably won. Peyton right on his footsteps.
Ooh.
And maybe AP. I don't know. Maybe not AP. I don't really know who to put in there. Maybe it's a two-man race right now.
I think right now it's a two-man race. Nobody's really jumped out. I mean, yeah, it's only a two-man race right now.
Yeah. Last week for the Broncos, let me find them real quick. Like we mentioned, Eli, just a career game, 22 for 30, 305, and 3 touchdowns. They put that game away early. On the ground, McGahee, 23 for 122 and a touchdown. Dude, this dude is a Pro Bowler. The guy just gets it done. And through the air, Demaryius Thomas, 7 for 137 and a touchdown. So impressive. They will be playing on the road against those Cincinnati Bengals, who I think were on a bye last week, Ad. Is that right?
That is correct.
Right now, the number sits at a very small Denver -3 right now on the road. Denver -3, over under 47.5. Ad Rock, let's go.
I'm going through day this week. That's sad because I don't think they're going to win. I think Peyton's going to pick our secondary apart. It's like picking daisies. I mean, it's not going to be pretty. But I do like there are going to be a lot of fantasy points in this game. The Red Rifle's going to put up some numbers with, of course, AJ Green. I think the law firm is going to have a big game. I don't like Denver's run defense versus Cincinnati right now, but I think it's going to go way over the total.
Oh, I completely agree. This is a shootout if there's ever been one. Cincinnati's trouble in the secondary, going to lead to Peyton throwing some bombs to Demaryius Thomas and the inside, the kind of underneath routes to Decker. I can see McGahee gouging that defensive line as well. But on the other side, just like you said,
you know who I see having a big game? I think Gresham is going to have a good game this game. I like Gresham behind the backers, and of course you got AJ Green going deep, so I like it.
AJ Green for 2 touchdowns. Mark it down. Let's go. Cincinnati, Denver, way over the total, 47.5. And I'm going to roll with Houday guy over here. I think Cincinnati keeps this one close, not calling for an outright win, but they keep it under the 3.5. Let's go Bengals. Did I just say
Wow. Hold on.
Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
Did a Pittsburgh Steelers? You're out the club. If this is, it's recorded.
Let's move on, please. Let's move on before I hurt my reputation any further.
Oh, my God.
Next game, Arizona travels to the Green Bay Packers. Last week, Green Bay Packers coming off the bye. Arizona laid the egg of all eggs. Addison, I'm trying to find it here. That was I think that was the Monday night.
I don't have, look, I am pen and paper this week.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, when I'm pen and paper, all I have is sound effects. I have sound effects. That's all I got. That's all I got today. Oh, Lord. I have nothing else.
Last weekend, the Cardinals laid the stinker to the 49ers 24-3. John Helter-Skelter scouting 32 for 52 for 290 through the air. Stevens Howland, listen to this, 8 carries, 6 yards. They had the least amount of rushing yards in the NFL, and I think it's been like 8 years. They totaled 7 rushing yards. Through the ground, Andre Roberts, 7 for 65. Everybody's doubling Larry Fitzgerald these days. It looks like Andre Roberts is the guy that Helter Skelter is targeting. 7 for 65. If he's on your waiver wire, pick him up. Ad-Rock. Beautiful. The number right now, Green Bay, minus 11, over under 43.5. The game is in Green Bay. What are you feeling here?
Well, I think the tundra is frozen already this time of year, so Green Bay's going to roll big in this one. I think Jordan Nelson is questionable, but I think he's going to play this week. Randall Cobb has been the one surprise in NFL this year. And Aaron Rodgers is, since that debacle of the start, he's come back with a little bit of a vengeance. I'm liking Green Bay huge in this game.
Bingo. Arizona, they just can't score, guys. And what Green Bay can do is score. I think this one will stay under the total 43.5, but I think Green Bay covers this number easily. Let's look for maybe a 34-3 or a 30-7 game. Let's go under the total 43.5 and Green Bay minus the 11. Next up, Addison, this contest at the beginning of the year, this we would consider the maybe like a toilet bowl, as you mentioned before.
Oh, Pittsburgh?
No,
sorry.
No, we're not talking about Cincinnati. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins versus the Indianapolis Colts. Guys,
both are 3-5.
They have a chance to make or slide into the wild card spot in the AFC.
Right.
Unbelievable. Last week for the Colts, tough game. Actually, I think they pulled this one out. They played the Titans last.
Now here's the stat. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I saw this, and I don't have, like I said, I'm internetless. So you have the hard line here.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Leading receiver in the league right now,
Reggie Wayne.
That means Andrew. Can you
Is he
believe
really
that?
the leading?
Yes.
Oh, I was just guessing. Wow.
No, Reggie Wayne is a leading receiver in the league right now.
Wow.
If you told me Andrew Luck would have had I was like, you're smoking.
Yeah.
You're like, Chad, he's on pills. There's no
exactly.
way. You're not going to do
that, Chad. Give me a couple more.
Give me a couple more.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. And listen to Andrew Luck's numbers. 26 for 38, 297, and a touchdown. It's solid. 297.
How many touchdowns do you have this year?
I don't see it here in my stats, but it's definitely at least 10.
He's got more than 10.
Yeah, Donald Brown is back, guys. We talked. I don't know if
your boy.
Yeah, y'all mentioned that, but he's back. He carried the ball 14 times for 80 yards, but now this Vic Ballard is in the mix. So I don't know.
Yeah, you drafted Donald Brown every team you had.
I did,
and then he was out, and then you picked up his backup, Vic Ballard.
Exactly.
With what could be the touchdown.
Wow. The whirling dervish.
Yeah, and I started beating my head on the wall. Only you would have picked up somebody that would have a whirling. I mean, what the hell?
Addison, just admit it. You can't beat me. I'm unbeatable when it
Chad,
comes to you and
I will kick you in your other knee. Shut up.
Now let's get back to the Indianapolis Colts Miami Dolphins game, Ad-Rock. So we just talked about the Colts. Now let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Now Ryan Tannehill, who
hottest wife in the NFL,
most definitely, and I've got 3 of his jerseys because I think he's the real deal. Went out early with a knee injury. A Matt Moore showing in Miami.
Look, honestly, I know he's a backup. He's a journeyman. I like Matt Moore.
Well,
I mean, look,
he got the job done.
He does. He's mobile. He's got a good arm. You know, he was good in New York.
Will you pick him up on the waiver wire?
Hell no. But all I'm saying is, I like Matt Moore. I feel comfortable if I was a team. I'd feel comfortable with Matt Moore. He's a fighter.
Yeah.
He's a player. He may not be the best, but he's going to go out trying. He's not going to fold. He's going to run. He's going to do what he needs to do.
Matt Moore jersey. Matt Moore jersey is in the mail. I'm sending you one directly, Ad-Rock. And before we get – because Tannehill – no, the thing I want to mention about Tannehill, he's probable for this week, but definitely keep your eyes open because if he can't go –
Daniel Thomas has been running hard. Reggie Bush looks good. Devon Best has been against – I mean, look, Miami's – they're hitting on 7 cylinders, not quite all 8, but they have some life.
Right now, the Miami Dolphins are a 2.5-point favorite, Ad-Rock. What you think about that?
I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I still like Indianapolis. I like what Luck's doing up there. Donald Brown coming back. I like Indianapolis. I think Andrew Luck's got – there's a reason why he was the number 1 pick, and he's showing it. I mean, he's putting up some decent numbers. I like him. I like Indianapolis this game.
All right, Ad, next up, let's travel to – Cleveland, Ohio, where the Cleveland Browns will play host to the Baltimore Ravens. Last week, Cleveland pulls off a big shocker at home, 7-6 against the Chargers. Brandon Weeden, 11 for 27, $129. Not spectacular fantasy numbers by any means, but because what they did is they did it on the ground. Trent Richardson, 24 for $122 and a touchdown. Josh Gordon, 3 receptions for 46 yards.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Coming on.
Oh, this is the first game in 3 games. I think he didn't record a touchdown. Weeden looks to him as his deep threat.
Yep.
So anyway, Baltimore on the bye last week. We got Baltimore traveling to Cleveland right now. Right now, Ad-Rock, we'll hit you with it. Cleveland, 42 over under, and the line is a measly 3.5. Baltimore favored by 3.5. Can
you believe that?
Do it?
3 weeks ago, what would the line been?
Oh, it'd have been at least 8 to 10 points.
Yeah.
Easy.
You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say the Browns. I think there's some. You look at Ray Rice's numbers, Torrey Smith's numbers. I mean, the number ones in both this category, and the defense is a little banged up. And Cleveland's on a little momentum. I'm gonna go with the Browns. Believe it or not.
Ad-Rock, I love it. I'm with you there, buddy. Baltimore. 2 defensive stars hurt. Another one a little bit banged
Ray
up.
Rice has done nothing the last 2 weeks.
Ray Rice,
nothing.
a little, not performing as to his top 3 fantasy value as everybody picked him. Brandon Weeden got some confidence. The offense got some confidence. Their defense finally got all their players back. I'm calling the upset too, Ad-Rock. Let's go Cleveland plus the 3.5. But let's stay under the total 42.5. Cleveland gets it done in a shocker at home.
Let's do it.
Next up, bro, we're going to Houston, where the 6-1 or maybe 5-1 Houston Texans take on the Buffalo Bills.
6-1.
6-1. Wow, great start for the Houston Texans. They host the Buffalo Bills. Both teams last week coming off the bye. Right now, Houston 10-point favorite, over under 47.5. Do you look for some explosive offense in Houston this week, Ad?
I don't know. Arian Foster's been kind of, I wouldn't say silent, but you've seen some more been taken. You saw the other guy. Professional on me. The other guy.
Ben Tate?
Ben Tate, and there's somebody else. There's been another guy's been carrying the ball. Anyway, I kind of like
Danny White. Go ahead.
Yeah, I still think I get with the matchup this week, the Texans they're just too much.
Too good.
Yeah, they're exactly. There's too many weapons right there, and I think this will be a good, huge game for Matt Schaub.
Check this out. Schaub, Roethlisberger. Who would you start?
I was going to say, make me say the names like 3 times fast.
Schaub, Roethlisberger. Who you got?
I say Schaub.
Fitzpatrick, Schaub.
I'm going with smart guy.
You going Fitzpatrick?
Oh yeah.
So obviously,
that being said, the reason I say that, he went to Harvard, and one of our mutual friends married one of the quarterbacks from Harvard, and Fitzpatrick was his backup.
Huh.
When he was there, he was a freshman, he was a senior.
So that's why you say
Holsh.
Oh, okay.
He was a quarterback at Harvard, so he's like, and he was just a really cool guy. So you know what?
So that's why you say Fitzpatrick.
I mean, look,
you know this girl who married this guy who was the backup quarterback at Harvard.
Have you seen that girl?
I've seen her.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I've seen her. All right,
anyway,
guys. Hey,
I like the smart. I like the smart guy. I like the smart guy. He's the bearded one. He's the next clipboard Jesus in a couple of years, which we haven't had in a while since Whitehurst has left the league. So I'm going smart guy.
So based on Addison's reasonings, this is what you need to go. You need to fly to Las Vegas. You need to grab every dollar you've got and put it on the Buffalo Bills and the over the total because Addison knows this girl who knows this guy whose brother was the backup quarterback at Harvard, and he's pretty cool. So that means, hey, let's unload on the Buffalo Bills plus the 11 and over the 48.
Damn right.
That's how we do it here at the Fantasy Formula. It's not
It's not what
It's
you know. It's who you know, people.
Exactly.
That's how we roll
That
here.
needs to be our new kind of theme. It's not who you know.
It's not what you know. It's who you know.
All right, guys, let's move on. Good job, Ed Rock. All right, next up, we're going to D.C., where the Washington Redskins will play host to Addison's Carolina Panthers.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
How about Magic Hands, Carolina Panthers? Magic Hands asked us when we got in here today, will the Panthers ever win another game? Addison did this season? And that's the response.
Cam Newton, shut up. Really, be quiet, Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, last week the Panthers put up a great fight on the road against the Bears, but again they lose it in the fourth quarter. Addison, the Bears outscored the Panthers 16-3 in the fourth quarter to win the game by a point. Cam through the air 20 for 39, 314.
Hold up. That's Ron Rivera calling. Ron, yes, I got Ron. I got a suggestion. Run the ball. Run the ball. $90 million backfield. Run the stinking ball or go back to San Diego. I don't care. Pick one.
Addison, they tried to. Did you see they were giving the ball to Jonathan Stewart? They gave him 17 carries. That's 10 more than they've been giving the running back. So at least they're listening maybe a little bit.
Run the $90 million. If I was a Richards, I'd be up there going, you stupid sideline junkie. Run the ball. Mm-hmm. They let Cam Newton put a shot collar on him or something. Keep him between the tackles. Throw the ball. Run the ball. Throw the ball. Don't scramble. We know you're fast. Leave that threat there unless you absolutely need it. They need to control him.
Who would you rather have running the ball right now, Stewart or D'Angelo?
Oh, Stewart.
Okay, so do you think they got the right guy back, that they just need to give him the ball?
I mean, rumor has it that D'Angelo's been seeing some girl. He's got his mind's not right. Her name was Meredith.
Addison, seriously, you will step outside. With one leg and all, I will beat your tail. Let's move on. We don't want to talk about the Redskins now, okay? Let's move on to the Redskins.
Oh, I love the Redskins.
Okay.
The top leader in fantasy right now, Robert Griffin Jr. He's fantastic. He can do no wrong. He's made a few rookie mistakes, but, man, he puts up points, plain and simple.
Yep, huge numbers last week again. RG3, 16 for 34, $177, and the touchdowns through the air. Gained some more yardage on the ground, probably 50 yards or so. And Josh Morgan receiving 5 for 46.
Hankerson and Santana Moss have also been targeted, which I bet my measly fantasy formula salary that Hankerson's on 80% of everybody's waiver wire.
Absolutely. If the dude could catch it, RG3 targets him, I agree.
Yeah.
Hankerson dropped a touchdown in this game. Dropped like 2 balls the previous game. So anyway, if this receivers could catch, I'm telling you, RG3's numbers would be even more spectacular. Right now, the number, Vegas has posted it. Washington Redskins are a 3-point favorite at home against the Panthers. The total is 46.5. If you could sum it up real quick, Addison, what would you say right there?
Go Redskins.
I concur. Skins all day long against these Panthers. I think the Panthers, if they were going to do it, last week was their chance to do it. I think get
Panthers.
that win on the road, get the win, get your confidence level built up. But they lost. I think everybody's morale is down in the dumps. Let's take the Skins minus the 3 and over the total in a shootout in our nation's capital. Next up, Toilet Bowl of the Week, Part 2. Jacksonville hosts Detroit Lions. Addison. Jacksonville. Wow. What is going on with the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Dude, I told them they should just, when they travel, when Jacksonville Jaguars travel, all they need to do is hire like a single engine Cessna and fly Maurice Jones-Drew or Jennings, because all they can do is run the ball.
Yeah.
They just need to fly the running back there, line up against the 11 other guys, and play. Yeah, because that's all they're doing.
Check it out. Your man Blaine Gabbert, everybody's favorite quarterback in Jacksonville, 27 for 49 and 303, though. I think it's his first 300 game maybe ever.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. They need to run the ball. That's the way they can stay in games. And actually, they held tight in this game, 24-15. They lost to the Packers. Put up a good fight, but again, they're 1-6. This team's terrible. They will play host to the Lions. The Lions coming off the 28-24 squeaker against the Seahawks. Matt Stafford finally puts up first-round fantasy numbers, 34 for 49, 352, and 3 touchdowns. I had a play against him in one of my Hickory leagues. The dude put up 51 fantasy points against me. Great game by Stafford. Mikael Ashore.
And Titus Young.
And Titus Young. I picked him up in 2 leagues last week.
And you set him, though.
I didn't start him. Dumb on my part, but
35 points.
2 touchdowns and 35 points sitting on the bench.
Good job, Chad. Good job.
Buddy, I still beat you. I didn't even need Titus Young.
Yeah.
Detroit, minus 4.5. Over under 44. What happens in Jacksonville?
Oh, I think the Lions just go all over the Jaguars. Cat on cat, baby. It's kind of hot. I like that. Yeah, I like that freaky kitty stuff. I think the Lions going to just run all over Jacksonville. There's not much going on with Jacksonville. I think this weekend we'll see maybe a little Megatron, Nate Washington. There are a bunch of receivers. Stafford's going to have a heyday against the secondary.
Yeah, I'm going to probably agree with you. I think Detroit covers that number 4.5 easily, maybe by 7 or 10. But I think this one's going to stay under the total. Don't see Jacksonville doing much on offense. Detroit maybe running the ball a little bit more. So let's go a 37-10. No, let's go a 34-7 kind of contest. Under the total 44 and Detroit minus 4.5. Breezing right along, Addison, we're going to Tennessee where the Tennessee Titans will host the Chicago Bears. Last week, the Chicago Bears, as we just discussed, put that beating on the Panthers 23-22. Cutler, 186 and a touchdown. Matt Forte, 15 carries, 70 yards, and a long touchdown run early. And Brandon Marshall continues to be a wide receiver one, a stud, 9 for 98, no touchdowns. They will be playing on the road against the Tennessee Titans. The Titans pull that overtime. No, they lose in overtime against the Colts. Hasselbeck remains the starter, 236 and a touchdown. Chris Johnson gets the 99-yard mark, needed one more for that 100-yard 5-point bonus. And Nate Washington, 5 for 69. Addison, Tennessee, at home. Can they get it done against the Bears?
Yes, I have a little stat correction. I said Nate Washington. I meant Nate Burleson. My bad for Detroit. Yeah, I think they can. I kind of like Tennessee. They got some stuff going, so I like it. I think I like Tennessee in this matchup. A lot of fancy points going on in that game, so I like Tennessee's options in this.
I'm with you. I don't like Tennessee to outright win this game by any means. I think they'll keep it close. The number right now is Chicago minus 3.5. And again, technology is failing me here, Ad. It just went blank. But from my memory, which is I have the memory of an elephant. Does an elephant have good memory?
Dude, I want to hear it. I'm just going to hear I'm shooting you right now.
The number that I recall, now we're back up and running, Chicago minus 3.5, over unders 43.5. I think Chicago wins this one by a touchdown, but let's go over the total. Tons of fantasy points for Brandon Marshall and Matt Forte, and I think Chris Johnson can run a little bit on the Chicago defense. So let's go over the total, 43.5, Chicago minus 3.5. Next up, we travel to Seattle, Washington, where the Seattle Seahawks play host to the Minnesota Vikings. Seattle, last week, they were in a contest where they played the Detroit Lions. Russell Wilson through the air, 25 for 35, 236, and 2 touchdowns on the road. Typically, Seahawks don't play very well on the road. They did lose this one, put up a good fight. Marshawn Lynch, 12 for a $105 and a touchdown, had that huge 70-yard run. If you've got Marshawn Lynch as your running back 1 or 2, feel very, very lucky to have him on your team. And Golden Tate, 7 for 64. They will be playing host to the Minnesota Vikings. Last weekend on Thursday, the Minnesota Vikings get walloped by the Tampa Bay Bucks, 36-17. Ponder, 251 and a touchdown. AP, 123 on the ground and a touchdown. And Percy Harvin, 7 for 90 and a touchdown. But they lose at home in a very costly loss in the NFC. They are now 5-3. Addison, what do you think happens between the Vikings and Seattle this week?
I like the Seahawks. The Seahawks got a lot of stuff coming together right now. I'm digging them more than the Vikings. I think Carroll's got the ship running straight and true right now. So I'm liking Seattle. A lot of fantasy points this game as well. Seattle's running game as well as Russell Wilson's he's not scared to throw the ball, and he's getting a little more confident so that means big things for Seattle.
Yeah, I think both running backs have heydays against these defenses. Seattle with Marshawn Lynch on the ground, look for him to have a touchdown or 2. AP will run rampant against Seattle's front 7 too. Look for him for a touchdown and 100 yards. But I think in the end, Seattle will get it done. Let's go Seattle minus the 2.5. I say they win by a field goal, but we go under the total, 38.5. So Seattle minus 3, under the total, 38.5. Next up, we're flying through this Fantasy 45 today, Addison. We're going Tampa Bay visiting the Oakland Raiders. As we mentioned, Tampa Bay coming off the Thursday night win. Great victory on the road against the Vikes. Josh Freeman putting up great numbers, 19 for 36, 262, and 3 touchdowns.
Who was talking about Josh Freeman last week before last?
Did you ever pick him up?
No, I never did.
You never did you? Okay.
But I'm saying, look, for the fantasy goers, bye week options. We'll get to this later if we have a little special episode. But yes.
Yeah, Josh Freeman playing very good ball right now. On the ground, Doug Martin, the rookie, possible of the rookie candidate of the year, behind RG3. Let's don't get ahead of ourselves.
Whoa.
Let's don't
behind
get ahead
RG3 or
Andrew
Luck?
Luck? Both of them. Shoot, both of them are putting up rookie of the year.
Yeah,
numbers,
both of them are.
But he goes 29 for $135 and a touchdown, and catches the ball for 79 yards.
Sixth round, was he sixth round pick?
No, I think it was a little higher than that. Are you talking about in real life or in fantasy?
No. In real life, I thought he was like a third or fourth round. Yeah,
they might have drafted him in the second or third. Anyway, those Tampa Bay Bucks will be traveling to the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders.
Last week, the Raiders put it on somebody. They put it on the Chiefs. Carson Palmer, 14 for 28, 209, and 2 touchdowns. Darren McFadden finally hits the 100-yard mark. It's a couple of times now here, 2 out of the last 3 games, 100-yard marks, but he is not finding the end zone at all. Another dude, guys, if he's available on your waiver wire, you got to pick him up because Palmer is looking for him. It's Denarius Moore, 5 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown. Addison, Tampa Bay, Oakland. What you like in this contest?
I'm liking the Bucks. I think they've got a lot of momentum going right now. I like Tampa Bay over Oakland. I don't think Oakland's got a lot of the secondary is a little suspect for Oakland right now. Carson Palmer, he's been a little sporadic to say the least. So I like Tampa Bay. A lot of fancy points in this game as well. Doug Martin, Vincent Jackson, Mike Williams. Anything you've got on Tampa Bay, put them in. I think even like Garrett Blunt may get into the show a little bit. When he gets in, he's been putting up some numbers. Not strong, but again, some people on bye week, so you may have to fill somebody in. I'm liking Tampa Bay.
Question: Palmer or Freeman? Who would you start if you had your choice?
Oh, Freeman.
You'd start Freeman over Palmer. All right, you heard it here, guys. Addison's got Freeman over Palmer. Chad likes Tampa Bay actually on the road. They're plus 1.5. I like the Oakland Raiders to get it done at home. I do see a shootout, as Addison mentioned. A lot of fantasy points, a lot of reality points. Let's go over the total, 45.5. And I think Oakland gets it done at home, minus 1.5. Game of the week, no doubt about it. It's a 4:25 kickoff. It's between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. Last week, the Steelers hold off the Redskins. Ben Roethlisberger through the air, 222 and 3 big touchdowns. Jonathan Dwyer does his job as the third running back, slides in behind Mendenhall and Isaac Redmond and gets a $107 on the ground. Great job by Jonathan Dwyer. Mike Wallace through the air, 7 for 62. They are going to be traveling to the New York Giants. The Giants, did you watch this game against the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Phenomenal game. Giants get up, I think, 23-0. Dallas storms back, makes it a game. Giants pull it out of the end. Eli, for fantasy goers, if you started Eli, you weren't too happy. 15 for 29, 192, and no touchdowns. I know that hurt. Addison, you started him, right? Sorry about that. Ahmad Bradshaw, 22 for 78 on the ground, and Reuben Randall, 2 for 68. Addison, check this out. The Giants are a 6-point favorite at home against the Steelers, over under 47. What you got?
I'm taking G-Man all day. Plain and simple. I hate Pittsburgh.
That easy, huh?
It's that easy. That's a true fan right there.
Does your cousin know somebody who was an assistant coach on the Giants in 1985?
Now look. Ready? I'll make the combination. To see, Chad.
Yes.
In the studio, there's one college athlete here.
Oh, if you talk about a punter who played in one game, or you didn't even play in a game.
Yeah, I played two games. I was a holder. I wasn't actually a punter. Now look, being the only college athlete here, I played at a Division II school. Well, also in that division is LR. Okay, LR's coach is the defensive coordinator for the Giants. Had Super Bowl ring with him.
So that's how. Okay, so it all comes full circle.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so again, guys, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And so because Addison knows a coach that used to be on the Giants when he was the third string,
it's who you know
placeholder for Catawba College, he's going with the New York Giants. Addison, I love it. Keep it up.
Right,
Keep up the statistics. This guy's going the opposite. We're going Pittsburgh on the road, cashing the 6. I think this one will fly over the total, however. So let's go over 47.
The steel draperies
Pittsburgh
are just losing their luster.
Addison, they just beat the Skins last week, buddy. They're back. They got some Momo now. They're on a roll.
They beat the Skins. The dead Skins.
Moving right along.
Okay.
The other big game. Okay, you like this one. This is the 8:30 Sunday night clash between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. Last week,
Ass beating.
Romo. 437 through the air, but most of it was in this garbage time. When they're down 23, they got to throw. Romo.
4 picks.
4 picks. God almighty. Jeez.
He's got many picks.
On the ground, Felix Jones, 13 for 19 and a touchdown.
And
but Felix
fumbleitis again, out of here.
He's
God.
gone. He's gone. DeMarco Murray should be back next week. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Jason Witten sets a tight end, not a reception record, but I think it's a Dallas tight end reception record. 18 for $167.
Hall of Famer, man. Hall of Famer. He is just the man.
Absolutely. He is he's something else. They will play on the road and travel to Atlanta. Atlanta beat the tar out of the Eagles. Matt Ryan, 262 for 3. Jack has Rodgers 8 for 60. You know Michael Turner? Where the hell was Michael Turner?
Jaquiz, man. It's Jaquiz.
Where's Michael Turner at?
I don't know.
Julio Jones, 5 for $123 and a touchdown. All right, buddy. This is a big game here. Who gets it done between Dallas and hot Atlanta? Dallas got to have a win.
Atlanta.
That's easy as that.
Roddy White, Julio Jones, Jaquiz Rodgers, Matt Turner, Tony Gonzalez. You just keep going on and on. Dallas got nothing for him.
Dallas is done. Put a fork in them. Atlanta right now, -4. Vegas set the number, -4, over under 47. Let's go Atlanta all day minus the 4 and over the total, 47. Next up, last game. This is the Monday night special between Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints eat a po' boy and drink some hurricanes because we going to New Orleans.
It's grenades, man. You drink some grenades. You don't drink hurricanes.
Hey, do you know this bartender who was at New Orleans who used to be the water boy for Louisiana Lafayette in 1972? What'd he say about this game, Ad Rock?
I wasn't born till 76. I don't know.
Anyway, Vegas got this number right now set at New Orleans -1.5 over 53. Philadelphia reeling last week. Vic, no interceptions, but only $191 and a touchdown. He got sacked multiple times. McCoy, nothing on the ground, 45 yards, and Deshaun Jackson only catches for 59 yards through the air. New Orleans, not much better. The Denver Broncos defense shut them down entirely. Breeze, 213 and 2 touchdowns. We haven't seen numbers from Drew Brees like that since maybe he was at Purdue. On the ground, Pierre Thomas, 8 for 43, and Marcus Colston, 5 for 63. Addison, what's going to happen? Both teams got to have a win. Who gets it done in New Orleans?
I think New Orleans. I still think. I think New Orleans is going to bounce back. They've had a little rough start, but I think Breeze is finally coming around. You got Jimmy Graham's going to be back this week. Colston actually has a little glimmer of a light, a little pep in his step. I think I like New Orleans this matchup.
I like him too. Last week y'all saw Matt Ryan just eat up this Philly defense, bombs to Julio Jones. He was throwing deep whenever he could. Drew Brees will do the same thing against this Philly defense. Their secondary just seems to be lost. I like New Orleans to win this game pretty handily. Philadelphia Eagles are reeling right now. Let's go. Final score, 34-24. Saints get it done at home, and let's go over the total. Addison, that wraps up Fantasy 45, fastest 45 seconds in fantasy football. Let's take a quick break so we can recognize our sponsor.
Main Cellar City Club, Hickory's premier music venue, is the place to go for music events, wedding dinners or receptions, company retreats, reunions, and more. Contact Main Cellar at 828-345-6246 or find us on Facebook and Twitter for all your entertainment updates.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Formula. It's a special Halloween edition. Addison, you got any spooky sound effects you can hit me with real quick?
Maybe, Chad. How about
Wow, very, very scary. Fantasy Fanatics, welcome back. Thank you to our sponsor. There you go. Keep them coming, Ad Rock. That's great. I was talking about something scary. Those are cow sounds. Those are barnyard animals. That's okay. There you go. Thanks, Ad Rock. Next up, this just in, breaking news. I hate to interrupt Addison's Halloween sound effects, but breaking news. Ad Rock, real quick, we're going to fly through it. Guys, DeMarco Murray, who's been out the last 2 weeks, should play for the Dallas Cowboys this week. So Felix Jones, cut him, move him to your bench. He's gone. DeMarco Murray should be in there and playing. Addison, you didn't know this, but I just heard it. Live off the wire. Danny Amendola should be back this week. Okay? So all you Rams guys who picked up Brandon Gibson and Chris Givens and all,
bump them.
Move them down because Amendola will be moving back up. Sam Bradford's go-to guy. Guys, keep your eye on this on your waiver wire. Amendola, if he's there, if you can pick him up, go grab him. Trade This just in, Addison, breaking news. Listen to this trade. Because the trade deadline is just 2 days away. It's on Thursday.
Yeah, they bumped it back because of Frankenstorm. Hurricane Sandy, Frankenstorm.
Stranded at the drive-in. Listen. Branded a fool. That's the Sandy song from Grease. I was just getting ready to drop the... Did you hear those vocal cords kick in right there?
Oh, my God. Kill this podcast. We are losing it.
Mike Thomas of Jacksonville traded to the Lions for a draft pick. And why is that important? Addison, it's not. It was just a trade. I thought we talked about it. It's not important. Next up, Ryan... Dude,
it's important, baby. It's important.
This is getting out of control. Magic Hands, you might need to come in here and relieve us. Addison took some of my pain pills. It's not going good for us right now. All right, Ryan Tannehill, questionable with the knee. He's questionable to go, guys. He's probably not on your team anyway. But anyway, for you Dolphin fans, Ryan Tannehill questionable. Jonathan Dwyer, the running back for the Steelers, great game last week. Held out of practice today because of the quad injury. I'm hoping he can play. I picked him up in 2 leagues last week. I put him in as my flex. I hope he can play. Kenny Britt, Addison, big news. MRI on Monday, but he says he will play. Still issues with his knee. Jordy Nelson, everybody's favorite Green Bay Packer, will play. This Sunday. He will play. And other big news, Lawrence Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I know you want to hear this.
Oh, yeah.
He's been out all year, with the concussion. Lawrence Robinson. Been out all year with concussion.
Oh, is he back?
He will play.
I'm so happy. I am so happy.
That just makes everybody's day.
I'm happy.
Lawrence Robinson, we're glad to have you back. All right, buddy, next segment. This is kind of a new segment because the trade deadline is on Thursday, so it's 1 day away. Addison, here's some of the rumors that are flying. I'm going to hit you with them, and you tell me what you think is going to happen with these rumors. First up, Steven Jackson is supposedly to be traded from the Rams. Don't know what team he might go to, but will Steven Jackson be on the Rams lineup after Thursday?
No, he will not. I think Daryl Richardson has made a good case, and Steven Jackson, he's getting a little more injury prone. He's had a good... It's mediocre, to say the least. Now, he's got some value. I think they're going to go out and go shopping.
Yeah, probably maybe for Steven Jackson's value right now, could probably get maybe a third, fourth, fifth round pick, nothing high. But Daryl Richardson, as you mentioned, is playing phenomenal ball. It might be time for Steven Jackson to move on. Next up, Addison, you ready?
Yep.
Timmy Tebow, will he remain a New York Jet?
Yes, he will. They're not. After all what they've gone through, Sanchez is decent, but I think Rex Ryan is going to keep him there for the fact that Rex Ryan will probably lose his job after this year, and he's going to go down swinging, and he'll use Tebow.
Go ahead. Next up, this is for Panther fans. The next two are Panthers. One of them, we've heard D'Angelo Williams. He's been talking about in trade rumors for the past 4 weeks. Will he remain?
How's Meredith handle this? Is she okay with this, or is this all right?
She's sorry. She's fine with it, Addison. They're friends, buddy. They're friends. Yes, my sister is friends with D'Angelo Williams. Addison tries to make a bigger deal out of it than it is.
She say he's just a friend. Well, she says he's just a friend. Stupid. Oh, baby, you.
Get back to the podcast here, fella. D'Angelo Williams, is he going to make it on the Panthers team?
No, I think the 1-6 start is going to probably affect this. The run by committees obviously hasn't worked the last 2 years. I think it's a little suspect. So I think he's gone.
Where do you think he'd fit in best? I mean, Green Bay could use a back like D'Angelo. I mean, do you think who else? The Falcons? What if the Falcons had D'Angelo in the backfield?
Well, they got Jaquiz, though.
I know, but D'Angelo's a little bit bigger than the Rodgers guy.
I think Marshawn Lynch is on. They may bring him in to let. D'Angelo's young. I mean, Marshawn Lynch is what, 32, 33?
Yeah.
So I think he may bring him somebody.
Ooh, Detroit. What about D'Angelo in Detroit?
Detroit goes to.
That would be sick.
That's actually a good fit right there.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all check that out. And last but not least, this is the one that just came hot off the wire. We heard about this today at noon. Steve Smith, rumored to be traded. He's not asking for the trade, but they think the season's shot, and so they're possibly thinking about trading Steve Smith for a couple draft picks. What do you think?
I don't think he'll get like a 7th and 6th?
Like a 5th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, with 1 to 6, you got to start somewhere.
See Steve Smith in another jersey, though.
That's tough. He's been there. Has been there 7 years, 8 years.
His whole career, yeah. Whole career been with the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think he's only got 3-4 more years anyway. So
yeah. All right, Addison, good job, man. That's wraps up the NFL trade line segment. The trade line or the deadline for trading is tomorrow in the NFL. And guys, in many of your leagues, the NFL deadline for trading fantasy players is also tomorrow. So guys, pay attention. If you got some big trades you want to make in your leagues, probably got to get it done before this weekend. There you go, Addison. Good segment. Next up, this was Hank's favorite segment. To trade or not to trade.
God, that is so gay. God, that is
Dude,
gayness.
what you do, see, Addison, I'm creative. My mind just spins in all these directions, so I'm trying to get the audience involved. And when they hear to trade, they know what segment is getting ready to come up instead of to trade or not to trade. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I'm picking up.
Hank, I need you in here to replace Addison's
I'm
stat.
picking up what you're putting down, but I mean, I'm just not. Trade or not to trade.
First up on our to trade or not to trade segment, Addison, this comes from Russell in Raleigh, a Wolfpack question. Right now, with Phillip Rivers' struggle, would you trade him for Russell Wilson straight up?
Yes.
Wow. Why?
He sucks.
Crickets.
Yeah, I don't have that. I would love to have that sound effect. Just the crickets. Phillip Rivers is flailing right now. I mean, 10 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. You got some other secondary quarterbacks that are putting up a whole lot better numbers. He's supposedly a first-year quarterback. So, right. Yeah, I like the upside to Russell Wilson right now.
Yeah, I would not do this trade as of yet. Phillip, he's having a terrible year. I completely concur with you, buddy.
All right.
But I would just hold on just for another week or two, And if
you State fans, y'all grasping at strings.
Like Russell Wilson went to State too. I would, easily make the trade. I'm saying Phillip Rivers just got wait till this Vincent Brown gets back as a receiver, and if Phillip's still not getting it done, cut
Vincent
him. Whatever.
Brown?
Yes, he's coming off that tore or broken ankle. He should be back in a week or two.
It's not going to make a difference.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Next question.
Let me pose you one. I got one.
Go ahead. Oh, you got one for me?
Hunter from Bozeman, Montana.
Woo.
We're nationwide, Chad. Remember that. We're nationwide.
Absolutely.
Daryl Richardson for Kendall Hunter.
So okay, who would I rather have, basically?
Yes. You have Daryl Richardson. Would you trade him for Kendall Hunter?
Nope. I'd hold on to Daryl Richardson. The reason being, if Steven Jackson gets traded, Daryl Richardson just moves up to a running back 1 or 2, just like that, Addison.
Yep.
So I would hold on to Daryl Richardson. Kendall Hunter, a great play, but Frank Gore's looking healthy, Yep. Frank Gore looks a lot healthier than Steven Jackson does right now. So I would maintain Daryl Richardson and, again, hold on to him as long as you can because he could be a wild card if Steven Jackson gets traded.
I agree.
All right, buddy. This one comes from from Victoria Falls. Hey. You ready? You've got Trent Richardson. Would you give him up right now for Chris Johnson?
No. I think Trent Richardson's hitting his stride right now. Came off injury. He's had 2 good games. I like Trent Richardson right now.
Awesome. I'm with you. Trent Richardson, to me, is a RB1 stud. Chris Johnson's playing better, but you still can't count on him. Nope. Not as dependable. Trent Richardson, you can depend on. So I'm with you, buddy. Hey, guys, thanks for the questions. To trade or not to trade, that wraps up this segment. Addison, I got one more fun segment, and we're going to do this one for Lone Rider Brewery. The Outlaws, the ales for Outlaws, the Sweet Josie Brown, the Peacemaker, they're all fantastic. And the winner, we didn't do a contest last week, but we do have one of our friends.
Yeah, the prize drawer was a little loaded. I kind of partake a little bit.
I noticed that you and Hank really dove in there and took everything out of there. But we did get a really good question this week, Addison. I'm going to open the prize door to this guy, and I want you to listen to his question and answer his question if you can.
Okay.
He's my friend and yours. His name is Stephen Abels from Hickory, North Carolina. What Mr. Abels, and actually Mr. Abels just entered fantasy football about 2 to 3 years ago, but it's been pretty dang good. He has had some. I will give Mr. Abels his props. He has drafted very well. Absolutely. So, Mr. Abels, for sending this question in, we're going to invite you to our Lone Rider Brewery treasure chest, and so congratulations on that. Next up, Addison, here's the question. Here's what Mr. Abels says: I am now 4-4 after starting 0-4. I need a little advice here. I have both Phillip Rivers and Carson Palmer. Feeling like I need to keep Carson due to consistency and his amount of throws. I have Josh Freeman available on waivers. Would you drop Rivers for Freeman or carry 3 quarterbacks and drop Kyle Rudolph? Also, I have a backup tight end. So, that is the question. So, he's carrying 2 tight ends. He's got 2 tight ends. So he could drop one. Kyle Rudolph is who he would drop. Yeah, just dump that. You can get a better position player right now. I would make the suggestion that you dump Phillip Rivers because he is garbage.
I would pick up Josh Freeman, start Josh Freeman over Carson Palmer. I don't care amount of throws. Carson Palmer can throw up 300, but so can Josh Freeman. Right now, you got Josh Freeman's put up 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, over 1,800 yards. That would be what I would do. I mean, if you're 4-4, you've obviously come back. You've strategized very well, but your options there. I would pick up a better position player than Kyle Rudolph. Somebody's going to get you a few more points, and roll with Josh Freeman, the quarterback.
That's one man's analysis. Okay, so that's Mr. Fox's analysis.
It's all that matters.
Now
Chad.
let's go to the reason we're all here listening to my analysis.
Can we edit this?
This is what we would do.
God.
Mr. Abels, listen here, buddy. With the quarterbacks you have, if you can carry one more, there's nothing wrong in having 3 quarterbacks, especially if you have 2 tight ends. Let's drop Kyle Rudolph. Let's drop him and let's pick up Freeman.
Why would you carry 3? Why would you carry 3?
I'll tell you why.
Okay,
I'll tell you why. You carry 3 quarterbacks because you don't have it. All 3 of these quarterbacks, there's no top-tier quarterback by any means. You hold on to all 3 because you've got the spot. If you've got the spot to do it, do it. And then you play out, see what plays out this week. I'm with you. I'd start Josh Freeman this weekend. There's no doubt about it. But I'm not going to cut Phillip Rivers because Phillip Rivers was a top 3-round pick, right, at the beginning of the year. One of his weapons has been out. Vincent Brown has been out. Let Vincent Brown get back in there. Let the Chargers offense get rolling again. And
Antonio Gates has been there.
I know. Something's not clicking.
Malcolm Floyd, Malcolm Floyd, or no? Robert Meacham.
Malcolm Floyd. They're not good wide receivers, dude. They need this Vincent Brown. Vincent Brown is like Antonio
You put all
Brown
3 though. You put all 3. He has a good receiving core. Those 3 right there, good receiving core.
When Vincent Brown comes in there, boom, they will have a good receiving core. Okay. So what I'm saying, hold on, because you can. You got spots on your roster. Hold on to all 3. If next week or next 2 weeks, one of them doesn't pan out, cut them.
I guarantee.
This week, hold on to all 3.
I guarantee you can put Carson Palmer, Phillip Rivers on your waiver wire, and one of them will get gone. Other one will stay there. There are other better options out there right now than those quarterbacks.
Stephen, write us an email and tell us whose advice you took, and let's see how it turns out for you. My bet,
Ables, you know what to do.
Chad,
you know what's right, Ables. Ables, you know what to do.
Dude, thanks for writing in, Ables. And, hey, you guys continue to write in. Don't forget, you can reach us at our website, www.themesh.tv, our voicemail line, 828-619-0048. Anything you want to say, leave it on there. We'll put you on the air. And don't forget to email info@themesh.tv. We're here for all you fantasy fanatics who need their questions answered. We're here for you. And before we leave, Addison, let's say a special thanks to our sponsor. It's the Main Cellar City Club. We've been talking about these guys all year long, located in the beautiful, beautiful downtown Hickory area. It's a music and event venue that brings acts to Hickory like the Little River Band, Bad Company, Brett Michael, and the Lights.
Winger.
Just heard some really interesting stuff as well, Ad Rock. They've got this new thing up at Main Cellar City Club. It's called Heat. And what it is, if you're into Zumba, which obviously you're not, but but for all you guys and gals who are into Zumba, they've got this thing called Heat a couple days a week that you can go up there and get your Zumba on, listen to the music, dance your little hearts away, and lose weight while you're doing it. So anyway, check it out. Main Cellar City Club. It's called Heat. www.maincellarcityclub.com to get all the rotations and schedules and all that stuff. Check them out. It's a great place to be.
That's so horrible.
Hey, Addison, I want to hype something for me too, and we'll hype something about you as well here in a minute. I am also
your ego a little more.
That can't be hyped anymore, can it? I'm doing this thing right now. I was invited to do for. It's called realtailgate.com. Smithfield Barbecue has created this website where they're really promoting all the ACC college football teams and all this good stuff. And so they've invited me to write a blog. And so weekly I've been writing a blog. And so I make all my ACC college football predictions, not by the spread, but just by the game. And, brother, I'm like 18 for 20 so far, 4 weeks in. Anyway, you guys check it out. It's realtailgate.com. Click the blog section. You'll see. Are
they trying to tap into our and what we just hit a little landmark? I know most people might have clicked the show off already, but we have this cleared the 6,000 download mark.
This is huge.
It's huge, man.
I'm proud of you, man.
You're right.
I could not have done this without you.
That's right, because I brought you in, you tard.
So anyway, so I wanted to promote a little bit of this realtailgate.com. It's a great place. Plus, you can get coupons for all this wonderful barbecue at Smithfield. It's phenomenal. So anyway, check me out. Blog, realtailgate.com. Fantastic. Ad, you want to talk a little bit about yourself?
No, who day, baby.
It's Halloween. Let's talk about what we're going to dress up tonight real quick before we go. What your kids are dressing up as.
Little G-Funk man is dressing up as a dog.
Oh, cute.
You know what? It was like $2 costume. I think Paige picked up. It was $2 because actually we found it didn't have the head. My mother-in-law made him stitch some ears and something.
Right on.
So I'm going to eat all the candy as I always do. He can't eat it. He ain't got no teeth.
Exactly. You need to eat it. You don't want to get him choked or anything. So you need to take care of the candy, right?
Kit Kats.
My two little girls, Olivia is going to be dressing up like a monarch butterfly. She's really beautiful. She got these big wings and all this stuff.
A monarch.
Like a
not just a butterfly.
Not just butterfly. It's a monarch butterfly.
She probably told you I'm a monarch butterfly. If I say butterfly, she's going to correct me. Probably.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No,
Good job, Bo.
She knows her stuff. And
my
little Lucy Rose is going to be a Snow White. So I can't wait to see my little girls dressed up and all the neighborhood kids. Hickory,
Chad, I'll take care of them since you're going to be laid up drinking liquor at the house while the kids are having.
No. I will be distributing candy to all the wonderful.
What are you going to prop yourself up outside?
I might. I'll figure. Hey, for Hickory, for kids in Hickory at Halloween, brother.
All right. Nobody comes over to your ghetto side of the neighborhood in Hillcrest.
Yeah.
No, all of them go to 6th Street.
Oh, Addis.
You gonna get a lawn chair and say, "Here, hey, Mr. Reese," and somebody's gonna steal the whole. I'm gonna come by and take all your candy, and you're just not gonna do anything because you don't have to sit there. But hey, Chad, bye. Taking all your candy.
That wraps up the Fantasy Formula for the October Halloween edition. Guys, thanks for listening. It's good to be back, and until next week.
Who day, baby?
Peace.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.